Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to the Road Warrior. I pay attention to football, but I don't pay attention to football. Doesn't matter that much to me. Again, my alma mater didn't play football. But today, being the final day of the regular season, or yeah, I guess technically it is because everybody's done today, I've been watching the highlights and scores. And one of the teams that I truly don't care about, but today I care about, is the Titans. Yeah, the Tennessee Titans, Nashville's home team. Not a Titans fan. I didn't jump on the bandwagon because I now live in Nashville. But I got a lot of friends who are fans. I got a lot of friends who were hoping that the Titans would win, which they did today. They tried to lose. They've been good at that the last year and a half. But you know, because their teams then make the playoffs. I think this helps Pittsburgh's cause and possibly helps Buffalo's cause. I know there's a whole lot of dealings that go into it. But the one thing I've been thinking about the Titans lately is the name of the team. A couple of years ago, I had a friend from upstate New York who lived here. She couldn't pronounce the word Titan, Titan. It was the Tennessee Titans. It was almost like she dropped the T. And it wasn't like tie-ins, but it's almost like Titans. And supposedly somebody said a lot of people from upstate New York have that accent, if you will. I didn't know there was such a thing as a North New York accent, but supposedly that's what it was. So, okay. Fine, no big deal. It's not like we talked about football every now and again, and she was a Titans fan, but who cared? But recently, a couple of TV stations have sports people who can't pronounce the word Titan. And that's what it drives me crazy. If you can't pronounce the word, I would think knowing the sports pronunciations is kind of important. It's your job. And it's one of those things that it just drove me crazy. Bothered me, bothers me continually. And if it was one person, okay, fine. And I know there was one who was from Long Island, so maybe it's a New York thing. There's another person on TV right now that's the same way, can't say the word Titan. It's always the Nashville, or Tennessee, the Tennessee Titans, and it drives me batty. Had a guy when I was just starting out in the radio business, back in the late 70s, early 80s. He couldn't say the word Bogota, Colombia. It was always Bogota. He could not pronounce the word Bogota to save his life. I'm dealing with a client now who has office locations in Bogota, Colombia. And I've had to deal with them a few times. And every time I hear Bogota, it harkens me back to my buddy Jim from now 40 plus years ago. It's one thing, okay, you deal with accents. People in the South have a certain way of saying things. People in the North say, if you're not a professional, it doesn't matter. But it's when you get paid to talk, radio, television, that's to me when it's a big deal. That's when you really got to be good at that. It's not George Washington. It's not the state of Washington. It's not Washington, D.C. Oh, yes, it is. But a lot of people when I was living up north were Washington, D.C., Seattle, Washington, George Washington. I've never had the problem, but I know that was one of my dad's pet peeves. Pronouncing the words properly, making sure you know how to pronounce them, making sure you know how all the local things are pronounced properly. I know, first world problems, just an old radio guy just whining and complaining. But now I guess even though the Titans won't be in the playoffs, the Titans, will be talked about tonight on the news, or the Titans will be talked about. I'll throw something on the TV again, as I always do. Back next week, another Road Warrior, kevinmason.us, home to all the Road Warrior videos. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. Like, share, comment, all those kinds of things. Love it when you do. We're back next week with another Road Warrior. Thanks.